Hello students, you are welcome in the Collegiate-Physics platform of YouTube. Today I have come with the proof of Cramer's rule. Yesterday in the first lecture of Cramer's rule, I have given the example of application of Cramer's rule. By Cramer's rule, we can solve the simultaneous equations of more than 3 or 4 equations. That is, the equation in which the variables are more than 2 or 3, 4, etc. Today, we will give the proof of Cramer's rule. So, suppose that a1x plus b1y plus c1z is equal to d1, this is equation number 2, and a2x plus b2y plus c2z is equal to d2, this is equation 2. Similarly, a3x plus b3y plus c3z is equal to d3, equation 3. These are the 3 linear equations. In these equations, we have to find x, y and z by applying the Cramer's rule. So, first of all, we write the determinant forming a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, a3, b3, c3. This determinant is written. And suppose that this determinant is represented by this symbol delta. So, delta is equal to this much. Now, suppose I have to find the value of x. Then we will multiply by x in both sides of equation 4. Then we get equation 5. a1x, b1, c1, a2x, b2, c2, a3x, b3, c3 is equal to x into delta. Now, in this second column, b1, b2, b3, in this second column, we multiply by y. And in the third column, c1, c2, c3, we multiply by z. And then we add both these columns in the first column. So, the first column becomes a1x plus b1y plus c1z, b1c1, a2x plus b2y plus c2z, b2c2, a3x plus b3y plus c3z, b3c3. By doing that, there will be no change in the value of the determinant. And here I have mentioned multiply by y with c2 and multiply by z with c3 and add them to c1. C1 means first column. So this first column becomes d1, d2, d3 here. d1, d2, d3. d1 is equal to this much, d2 is equal to this much, d3 is equal to this much. So x into delta is equal to d1, d2, d3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3 determinant. Let this determinant is represented by delta 1. Then x into delta is equal to delta 1. So x is equal to delta 1 by delta, and this is the value of x because delta 1 is known to us, delta is also known to us. Similarly, we can find the value of y, we can find the value of z, and this is called Cramer's rule. Thank you, students. I have given the proof of Cramer's rule. In the next lecture, again, I will come with some very interesting laws. Thank you.